President Trump is having thousands of ICE agents descend on our cities, using brutal force to hunt, harass, and harm those in our communities. Whether intended or not, U.S. citizens and their businesses and property.
Your fake agenda to destroy our country related to terrorism. I will not yield to you on this subject, period.
Well,
it's offensive if you can't tell.
Thank you.
Silence. The time is mine.
The time belongs to
the order.
What started as a routine committee debate quickly spiraled when Maxine Waters accused ICE of terrorizing American citizens and warned of what she described as a coming civil war. Her remarks were emotional, sweeping, and loaded with claims that demand scrutiny. But what followed was a response from Congressman Warren Davidson that cut straight through the rhetoric, calm, procedural, and devastatingly direct. Let's break down what was said, what was exaggerated, and why this exchange matters.
Shop holders and small business owners who are American citizens are caught in the middle of the reckless and inappropriate responses of ill-trained ICE agents, only to be left with broken windows and damaged storefronts to repair. Who pays for this? Workers and families, also U.S. citizens, drive home at the end of the day only to be snatched out of their cars by masked men with tactical gear and wind up with their windows smashed in. Who pays for this? This Sunday in St. Paul, Minnesota, over a dozen ICE agents broke down the front door of a napping U.S. citizen. They forced and trampled their way into his home, pointing their guns and yelling at his family, while this 4-year-old grandson cried. Republicans on the opposite side of the aisle, you can do better than this. You can stand up for Ms. Good, who was killed, the mother of 3, a citizen, other American citizens, people who look like they think should be deported, people of color, American citizens who are brown, who are yellow, who are black, et cetera, et cetera. Stand up for the citizens of this country. Otherwise, you're going to see a civil war that is being created between ICE and the National Guard.
Jesus said we can be angry and not sin, so I'm going to give it my best shot right here. The amount of red herrings and false stuff that's being spewed for the premises behind this amendment is offensive. To tell the American people and us in this room that ICE is a terrorist organization and therefore TRIA should cover the losses? Are you freaking kidding me? If you look at the proximate cause, you talk about the laws not being followed. The previous administration fueled an invasion of our country by failing to secure our borders, by ignoring our laws, and now we have sanctuary cities who invited these people in, who served as accomplices to the crime, continuing to obstruct justice. The reality is Alejandro Mayorkas and all of his accomplices should be on trial today. And if we don't put them in jail for a really long time after due process and a trial, some future administration is going to think they can fuel an invasion, only we need to do more of it faster. Now you get mad because ICE is enforcing the laws that the previous administration failed to enforce and want the government to cover for your game. The invasion you're fueling of our country, it's treason. It's treason. And it's a complete waste of this committee's time to even bring it up, to try to grandstand over your fake agenda to destroy our country related to terrorism. I will not yield to you on this subject, period.
Well,
it's offensive if you can't tell. Silence. The time is mine.
The time belongs to the order.
Remember January 6th.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time belongs to the gentleman from Ohio.
TRIA is a program that I support. Every contract I've entered into has a force majeure clause, and there are acts that are unanticipated, that are hard to insure the risk for. I don't think the program's perfectly designed. I wish I was here for the debate. Mr. Rose presented his amendment. I don't think I agree with the points, but I do think, hey, we probably don't have a perfect terrorism risk insurance program, but I applaud Mr. Flood, Mr. Cleaver for working together on a reauthorization. That's what we should be focused on today. The idea that we would defund ICE is probably about as dumb as defunding the police, but Minneapolis wanted to do both. And so, yes, I hope those people are held accountable. But the Financial Services Committee is not the committee of jurisdiction for that. So if you want to do that, go to one of the other committees, do your grandstanding somewhere else, and quit wasting our time in this committee. I yield back.
Maxine Waters opened by claiming that ICE operations are causing widespread harm to American citizens, damaged businesses, broken windows, and families allegedly terrorized by masked agents acting with excessive force. She went further, asserting that ICE should be classified as a terrorist organization and that terrorism risk insurance should be used to compensate alleged damages. That claim is extraordinary, and it's where the argument collapses. Congressman Warren Davidson responded by rejecting the premise outright. He pointed out that the current enforcement actions exist because immigration laws were ignored for years. Sanctuary policies, he argued, actively obstructed enforcement and encouraged violations of federal law. Davidson did not mince words. He said the idea of labeling ICE as a terrorist organization was offensive, misleading, and legally absurd. He redirected the discussion back to the actual purpose of the committee, terrorism risk insurance, and accused Waters of using the hearing to grandstand. He also made a key procedural point. If members want to debate immigration enforcement or defunding ICE, this was not the committee of jurisdiction. In other words, this was the wrong forum for political theater. While Waters framed ICE enforcement as oppression, Davidson framed it as delayed accountability. One side spoke emotionally about fear and symbolism, the other focused on law, process, and responsibility. That contrast is the entire story. What makes this exchange notable is not just the rhetoric, it's the escalation. Accusations of terrorism, references to civil conflict, warnings of rebellion. This language is no longer about policy disagreements, it's about legitimacy itself. And that's a dangerous place for any political system to go. This wasn't just a heated moment, it was a warning sign about how divided the conversation has become, even inside Congress. If you want more breakdowns like this, focused on facts, context, and what actually happened, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and stay tuned.